Alright, today's Steam sale is Ship Simulator Extremes. Normally $29.99. Today it's $7.49. In addition to the game being 75% off, the Ferry Pack and Sagita Pack DLC are also 75% off. So, also the Offshore Vessel DLC appears to have been released today, so that's probably why it was chosen for the daily deal. It's a ship simulator, so if you're into simulators, it's definitely worth the price if you like simulators. Personally, when I get a simulator game, I usually play it for like an hour or a couple hours or so one time and never touch it again. So I tried the demo here, and that's what you can see in this gameplay here. Naturally, it's as a simulator, it has realistic controls, so your ship's gonna behave as it would in real life. So it's not arcadey or anything. It's like an actual ship because it's Ship Simulator Extreme. So another thing I really liked, you actually can drag the levers in the ship, like drag the levers and knobs and stuff. I really like this as opposed to using keyboard shortcuts like in Flight Simulator or any flight simulator for that matter. You usually, instead of pressing and clicking buttons in the aircraft, you use keyboard shortcuts or your mouse or a joystick, flight stick, whatever. So I really like being able to click and drag these levers, though one thing I kind of need to gripe about here is some of the levers were incredibly difficult to control. Sometimes they just wouldn't, it was difficult to find the hitbox, I guess, as to where it would actually detect that you're clicking and dragging on that lever. But when it did work, I thought it was pretty cool. It made it a little easier to pick up and play. Now, I think that's an important thing for this game, at least, because in this game there are no tutorials, and I think that's something that really hurts it. You really have to either read through the incredibly long controls list, be an actual boat captain, or just guess like I did. And after a couple failed tries in the first mission, I eventually got the hang of the controls, and I found it to be pretty entertaining. The first mission you can see here is you drive a tourist boat, and you can see another thing I really like about this is you can actually walk around on the boats in first-person view, which I find to be pretty cool. In this particular mission, you have to walk around the boat in first-person view and take pictures as you're driving the boat, and you have to take pictures of certain landmarks, which brings me to another one of my gripes about this. It says take a picture of the bridge or whatever, and there's only one bridge here, and I can see it from pretty much the starting point, so I assume that's the bridge I'm supposed to take a picture of. And I don't know where the other locations it says I need to take pictures of are, so I don't know where to go, and it seemed to be pretty vague in that respect. But being able to walk around the ship in first-person view with the WASD keys and the mouse, I thought was pretty cool. So another thing I liked was the objectives interface. You can see in the upper left-hand corner of the screen there. Unlike some flight simulator games I've played, they don't actually show you objectives. You get all your objectives at the beginning, and then you go through the mission and play it. This actually shows your objectives in the upper left-hand corner, and in most of the time, they're pretty clear as to what you need to do. Especially in the second mission, which you have to stop a whaling ship, and I thought in the second mission I thought was a lot better than the first one. because there's an actual objective. There's a clear conflict going on, and it felt a lot more fun and more involved as far as story goes. And I understand story isn't really a big important factor in simulator games, but it did make for a pretty entertaining play session, I guess. This is the second mission, by the way. There's only 2 missions included with the demo. The game is called Ship Simulator Extreme, and I just want to throw this in there, but the demo doesn't actually have any of the extreme stuff. In the full game, there's extreme missions where you have to navigate your ship through stormy waters and like save a man overboard or something. And that sounds kind of interesting, but with these controls, I can't really see that being too, I don't know, possible. But the another thing that kind of bugs me about this is you can probably notice it actually runs a little slow on my computer, and I have a moderately high-end computer, and the fact that it ran slow even without recording was kind of surprising to me. If you look at the graphics in it, they also look a little bit outdated. So the fact that it's running slow is kind of strange to me, and makes me think there might have been some sloppy coding or optimization when it was in development. But yeah, if you like simulator games, you're gonna like this. Ship Simulator Extremes on Steam, daily deal for January 19th, 2012. It is currently $7.49, normally $30, so 75% off, nice discount. The Metacritic score, something I wanted to mention, it's got a 49 out of 100 on Metacritic, and I'm gonna assume that most of that is coming from the regular price of the game of $30. I can't see myself paying $30 for this. Maybe a hardcore ship enthusiast might pay $30 for this, but for the average consumer, $30 isn't gonna. You're not gonna get $30 out of this. You're not gonna get your money's worth out of this if you pay full price. $7.49 seems like a pretty good price. It's got the full version's got a free roaming mode. It's got a lot more missions. It's also got multiplayer if you got friends that play this, so that's pretty cool too. If you like what you've seen here, if you think it sounds interesting, definitely download the demo on Steam, give it a try. Even if you're pretty sure you're gonna like it, I'd recommend doing that, because it's better to waste no money on a game you end up hating or only playing once than to spend $7.49 on a game you end up hating and only playing once. So keep that in mind. Give it a shot if you like what you've seen here, and I'll be back tomorrow for tomorrow's daily deal.